In this section, we are going to talk about unsolved murder cases and take a look at the latest images of the victims that are available. Case number 5, Elisa Lam. In 2013, Elisa, a 21-year-old Canadian, decided to travel to California. As you can see in this video, Elisa is seen entering an elevator and appears to be escaping from something. She checks the outside of the elevator multiple times. Finally, she exits the elevator and starts making strange hand movements. After this video, Elisa goes missing for 2 weeks. During these 2 weeks, the hotel guests begin to complain about the water in the hotel, stating that it had a strange color, odor, and taste. The complaints escalate to the point where the hotel staff is forced to send someone to the rooftop to inspect the water tanks. It is there that they discover the decomposing and decaying body of Elisa, who had been in the water for 2 weeks. To this day, there is no explanation for what happened to Elisa. The police couldn't even determine how her body ended up inside of those water tanks. However, there is a theory that suggests Elisa may have been playing a game called the elevator game. This game is one of the most dangerous games in the world, allowing players to communicate with parallel worlds. If the game is played incorrectly, the consequences can be fatal, just like what happened to Elisa. Case number 4, Lars Mittank. He was a young man of about 20 years old who traveled to Bulgaria with his friends in 2014. This trip, like all trips people take with their friends, was going very well until the last day. On the last day, in a sports bar where his favorite team's match was being broadcasted, Lars got into a verbal altercation with a few individuals, but nothing significant happened, and his friends separated them. That night, after watching the match, Lars and his friends went to a McDonald's restaurant, but Lars, who didn't want to eat, waited outside for his friends. When his friends finished their meal and came out, they couldn't find Lars. Several hours later, he returned to the hotel and explained that 4 tall and dark-clad men had approached him, beaten him up, and threatened him. He mentioned that his right ear was hurting and he believed those individuals were sent after him. However, Lars's account was not entirely coherent because he had been missing for several hours, and it was unclear what other events had occurred during that time. Furthermore, he claimed to have been right in front of the restaurant, but his friends neither saw anyone nor heard any signs of a confrontation. However, he was advised to see a doctor before his flight and have his ear examined. Lars went to the doctor and was informed that his eardrum was injured, preventing him from flying, and he needed to take antibiotics. He shared this information with his friends, who suggested delaying the flight and staying until he finished his medication so they could return to Germany together. However, Lars insisted on not staying and persuaded his friends to leave. Several days passed, and Lars's condition improved until the night of his scheduled flight. At midnight, he called his mother in a frightened voice and told her to block all his bank accounts. Lars didn't provide many details and abruptly ended the call. Then at 3 a.m., he called his mother again, this time claiming that he was certain 4 men intended to kill him. Between these 2 calls, Lars was captured on the hotel's surveillance cameras, wandering the hallways and disappearing for several hours. Nobody knew where he went. After his last call with his mother, Lars sent her a text asking what kind of antibiotics the doctor had given him. It seemed like he wanted to make sure if it was due to the medication, or if everything was real. However, it later turned out that he hadn't even used the prescribed antibiotics. The day of his flight arrived, and his mother advised him to visit the airport doctor for another examination before boarding. When he visited the doctor, it was mentioned that his pupils were dilated and he exhibited very restless and paranoid behavior. However, the doctor checked his ear and informed him that he could board the plane. But before Lars could leave the clinic, an airport staff member entered, causing Lars to panic and exclaim, "I don't want to die." After leaving the clinic, you can see the original videos, and he walks out of the airport, passes the fences, and disappears into the forest. To this day, no trace of Lars has been found. Please wait for the last case because I'm sure many of you may have seen it. Case number 3, Maura Murray. She was a 21-year-old girl who went missing in 2004. The last day Mora was seen, she was at the university and told one of her professors that she wouldn't be coming to the university for the next 10 days due to a family problem. Later, it was revealed that she didn't have any family problems at that time. That day, after leaving the university, Mora's car was found on a road called Route 1 and 12. But she was never found. Many people speculated that she had run away, but Mora's family firmly stated that their daughter wouldn't do such a thing and believed that someone had abducted her. The case took a chilling turn in 2012, 8 years after this girl went missing. On the exact anniversary of her disappearance, a YouTuber named Mr. 12 Dirtbag posted a video. In the video, you see an elderly man with a very terrifying expression on his face, laughing uncontrollably. Suddenly, his laughter stops. He winks at the camera, and the words "Happy Anniversary" appear on the screen. It was precisely the day of Mora's disappearance anniversary. As I mentioned, the name of this account was Mr. 12 Dirtbag, and the number 112 corresponds to the street where Mora's car was found. Mora's father, in interviews addressing the person he believed had abducted his daughter, referred to them as Dirtbag. Connect the dots yourself. Other videos were also released from this account, suggesting that the suspect might be the person behind these incidents. However, YouTube banned the channel, and the police interrogated the individual, but no evidence was found to suggest that this person had abducted Mora. To this day, the girl remains missing, and there is no trace of her. Case number 2, Room 1046. On January 2, 1935, at 1:20 p.m., a man named Ronald T. Owen enters the President Hotel and requests an empty room. The room he is given is room 1046 on the 10th floor of the hotel. Ronald takes the room key and goes to his room, but the hotel staff notices something strange. He doesn't have any luggage with him, only a toothbrush and toothpaste. Ronald's behavior also seems fearful, but the hotel staff doesn't pay much attention to these signs. The next day, a hotel maid named Mary Soptic goes to clean Ronald's room. However, the door is locked from the inside. Mary knocks on the door, and Ronald opens it for her. She proceeds to clean the room while Ronald gets ready to leave. 4 hours later, Mary brings fresh towels to room 1046, but she realizes that the door is still locked from the time Ronald went out. She uses the emergency key to open the door and finds Ronald sitting on a chair next to the bed, fully clothed and appearing distressed. Mary gets a bit scared and places the towels on the dresser, but she notices a note next to the dresser with the title, "Dawn, I will be back in 15 minutes. Wait." And then she leaves the room. The following morning, the hotel staff discovers that the phone line to room 1046 has been cut from inside the room. When one of the staff members goes to the room, they find that it is locked from the inside and there is a paper hanging on the door with the words, "Please do not disturb." The staff member knocks and Ronald tells them to come in, but the door is locked and the staff member has to use the emergency key. When they enter, they find Ronald lying on the bed, naked and moaning in pain. The staff member becomes frightened, fixes the disconnected telephone wire, and leaves the room. The incident is reported to the hotel manager, and a few hours later, they try to contact room 1046 again to check on Ronald's condition. However, they discover that the phone line has been cut again from inside the room. Several hotel staff members are sent to room 1046 to investigate the situation. When they open the room, they find the entire room drenched in blood, and Ronald is found in the middle of the room with multiple stab wounds and bleeding profusely. It appears that he has been tortured by several individuals. Rope marks are visible on his hands, feet, and neck, and there are 6 stab wounds on his chest. His skull and lungs are severely damaged. However, no fingerprints or traces of the individuals who had murdered Ronald are found in room 1046. This case remains open, and the motive for the murder is still unknown. If unsolved criminal cases are interesting to you, please let me know in the comments so that I can create more videos for you beyond this one. Case number 1. Kate Yup. You probably know her very well. Kate in 2018 released her first video. Her videos were mukbangs where she would eat a large amount of raw seafood and enjoy it. However, nobody really knows who this person is because she never introduced herself or spoke in her videos, and she always wore a mask on her face. In 2019, she uploaded a video of herself with a wound on her hand and lips that didn't exist before. In that video, Kate starts tapping her finger on the edge of the plate in a coded manner, and after translating it, it was understood that Kate was trying to convey the word help to us. This story takes many twists and turns, and theories arise that this person has been taken hostage and forced to eat a large amount of food with their eyes closed and film their distress, all for the sake of obtaining money. In one of her videos, a voice can be heard saying, "Just eat." And in another video, it seems like someone is telling her to hurry up. And in yet another video, she is told to eat faster. Apart from the captions she writes under her videos, she has hidden codes for help. For example, she randomly writes English letters in both uppercase and lowercase, and here we can see SOS. After that, she doesn't upload any videos for 2 months, and then she returns with a video titled "I Am Alive." In this video, she conveys the word help to the viewers through capitalized letters. This is where we come to a girl named Carly Goose, a 16-year-old girl who suddenly goes missing in 2018, and exactly 6 months after her disappearance, the Kate Yup channel is created. The appearance of Kate's lips and nose is very similar to this girl's. Her videos become even stranger. For example, in one video, while eating, one of her teeth comes out of place and she casually shows her relaxed tooth. On November 10, 2019, she uploads a video with the caption, "I can die in peace after this bite." And that was Kate's last video until she returned with a new video 3 years later. This time she does things that surprise people more than ever, and it's not clear if the person who returned is the same girl or not. Gradually, Kate Yup uploads a lot of videos, and it's evident that the food she is eating is not to her liking. For example, in one video, she combines a lot of raw eggs and raw meat with other ingredients and consumes them in the messiest way possible. In another video, she crushes a lot of food with her dirty feet and eats them. A regular person does not voluntarily do these things. What is your opinion? Do you think she is deceiving all of us, pretending to be a hostage, or is she truly being tortured? Please write your thoughts in the comments. If you like this style of videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. The next video is about the scariest and deadliest amusement park that has ever existed, so stay tuned with Top 5.